Welcome into the Kansas City Chiefs Report by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Harrison Graham. The 2021 schedule has come out for the Chiefs and all 32 NFL teams for that matter. So on today's show, I'm going to go through every single game, give a score prediction and a win-loss prediction, and we'll see where we sit after 18 weeks. All right, real quick, if you missed the schedule, here it is. Week 1 at home against the Browns before heading to Baltimore for Sunday Night Football in Week 2. Week 3 back at home against the Chargers before a road tilt with Philadelphia in Week 4. Weeks 5 through 9, Buffalo, Sunday Night Football at Arrowhead. That will be electric. At Washington in Week 6. At Tennessee in Week 7. Giants for Monday Night Football at Arrowhead in Week 8, and then another home matchup with the Packers in Week 9. Week 10 at Las Vegas, Sunday Night Football. That is going to be rowdy. The Dallas Cowboys come to town in Week 11 before a Week 12 bye, and then Week 13, one of two matchups with the Denver Broncos. Then it wraps up like this. The Raiders at home in Week 14, at the Chargers for Thursday Night Football, a quick turnaround in Week 15. Steelers in Week 16 at home, and then a couple of road games to wrap things up at Cincinnati and at Denver. So, before we go through a game-by-game prediction, predict the entire 17-game schedule for me. What's the final record going to be? 13-4, 14-3, 12-5, 10-7. Remember, 17 games this year, so go ahead and predict the Chiefs' 2021 record. All right, so we'll go in chunks of 4, then we'll go individual game here. Weeks 1 through 4 on tap for you guys, starting with the Browns in Week 1. And hey, Cleveland should be one of the top contenders in the AFC. They pushed Kansas City pretty hard in the AFC divisional round this past season. They've gotten better on defense. Baker Mayfield broke through last year and had a pretty good year. Another big year coming up for him this year, but you guys know the Chiefs start fast, and I just like this team, the way it rebuilt its offensive line. I like Kansas City 31-24 in Week 1 of this season. I think they get off to a fast start. Baker will push Mahomes and the Chiefs, but I think Kansas City gets it done to start off 1-0. And then another AFC matchup in Week 2, Sunday Night Football. This is calculated by the NFL, Mahomes and Lamar Jackson. Patrick Mahomes has owned Lamar and the Ravens early on in his career. I think it's mental at this point with Baltimore. Give me the Chiefs by 2 touchdowns on the road. Until the Ravens beat the Chiefs, this core of Ravens with this core of Chiefs, I'm not believing they can. Give me Kansas City by 2 touchdowns. I think they go into Baltimore and they dominate this matchup on Sunday Night Football. Week 3, first divisional game against the Los Angeles Chargers. I like what the LA Chargers are doing. I think Justin Herbert's the truth. I think they had a pretty good offseason as well. I love the Rashawn Slater pick to help protect their franchise quarterback. I think we'll get 2 good matchups with LA this year. Give me Kansas City at home in Week 3, 28-23. I think they hold serve in this first matchup. The Chiefs start 3-0 on the 2021 NFL season. Then they go to Philadelphia, which in a normal year, a road game with the Eagles, yeah, that could be a tricky matchup, but Philly's in a weird spot. They're like halfway rebuilding while also trying to help Jalen Hurts win as much as he possibly can right now. They're in a weird spot with first-year head coach Nick Sirianni. I think it could be a troubling year for Philadelphia. Give me Kansas City 35-17. Andy Reid goes into his former stadium at the Link up there in Philadelphia, takes care of business, and has the Chiefs off to a perfect 4-0 start to start this season. Subscribe to the Kansas City Chiefs Report because we have the latest Chiefs news, rumors, weekly mailbags, and a whole lot more coverage just for you. If you are a part of Chiefs Kingdom, hit that subscribe button and then share that link below with a friend, youtube.com/ChiefsTV. More videos for you guys as we get more subscribers. Let's go to this next chunk of games here, weeks 5 through 9. Again, we'll go game by game here, starting with week 5. Buffalo comes to town in what should be a highly anticipated matchup, a rematch of the AFC Championship game. Bills took a big step last year. I think they're going to take another step this year. I'm actually going to go with Buffalo. I think, look, I'm not going to come on here and predict a 17-0 season for Kansas City. The Bills are probably the toughest game on the schedule. Even though it's at home, even though it's in prime time, think Buffalo could win this game. 31-27, give me the Bills. Chiefs fall to 4-1, no big deal. Plenty of games to make up for that one loss. What do you think is the most fun game on the Chiefs' schedule this year? I think that Buffalo matchup in Week 5 is going to be a whole lot of fun. Baltimore is always a fun matchup with Lamar and Patrick Mahomes, mostly because the Chiefs own the Ravens these days. But let me know what you guys think. Most fun game on the schedule this year? Maybe it's Week 10 at Las Vegas, but get your votes in right now. Week 6, they go back on the road to face the Washington football team. Ryan Fitzpatrick, an old pal, the quarterback of Washington, at least for this year. I like their defense. I think Fitzpatrick can make some plays, but give me Kansas City in a little bit of a lower scoring game, at least for Chiefs standards. 28-17, they bounce back. Andy Reid, coming off of losses, is one of the best in NFL history. Don't think he'll lose 2 games in a row this entire season. Week 7 at Tennessee, Chiefs against the Titans, 2 of the better offenses in the NFL and for sure in the AFC. I think this will be much higher scoring than Kansas City, Washington. Chiefs pull it out 38-30. Ryan Tannehill, Derrick Henry, A.J. Brown. That offense is formidable, but Tennessee struggled defensively last year. I think Spags and the boys on defense will force enough field goals. Kansas City will win this shootout to improve to 6-1, by the way. Week 8, another primetime matchup. The New York Football Giants come into town as they've tried to revamp that offense around Daniel Jones. Big year for him to see if he's their franchise quarterback moving forward in the Big Apple. I'm not buying into it. Chiefs 30-16. I think the Giants defense will keep them in the game for a little while, but ultimately Kansas City will improve to 7-1. Too much firepower on offense. And then Week 9, another highly anticipated matchup if Aaron Rodgers is still in Green Bay. We'll see what happens there. I'm basing this as if he is going to be with the Packers. I think both these quarterbacks will be motivated. I think the home team wins in a thriller, 34-31. Kansas City gets it done. Fast start here, 8-1 on the season. A lot of non-Chiefs fans are going to watch this video and be like, this guy's biased, he's this, he's that. Guys, the Chiefs went 14-2 last year and I think got better this offseason. So I don't know what you want me to say. 8-1 start, 34-31 win over the Packers in Week 9. By the way, speaking of Rodgers, you think he's going to get traded? He could be coming to the AFC West. Broncos could be interested. Type Y for yes, type N for no. Will Aaron Rodgers get traded? Now, we know Patrick Mahomes ain't getting traded, and that's one of many reasons why you should get his jersey at chatsports.com/MahomesRed. Another reason, authentic Nike jerseys, and they're on sale for a limited time only. That link will be in the comments. It'll be in the description. Get yourself a Patrick Mahomes jersey for the upcoming season. All right, second half of the schedule we go, 8-1 through 9 games. We head into Week 10 here on the road against the Raiders on Sunday Night Football. Chiefs split with Las Vegas this past year. Both teams won on the road in 2 really exciting games. I think the Chiefs will be more focused this year. I think this will be a fun game at Allegiant Stadium, and I think a lot of Chiefs fans will travel. You're going to see a lot of visiting teams travel to Vegas in that brand new stadium to have a weekend in Las Vegas. 28-24. Chiefs win this game to improve to 9-1. The Raiders typically play the Chiefs pretty well. It would not shock me at all if they played 2 good games this year and the Raiders maybe even snuck out one of them. But I'll take Kansas City 28-24. Week 11, the Dallas Cowboys. You know this is going to be a fun matchup just in terms of name brand. You got Dak, you got Jerry Jones. They're going to be coming to Arrowhead Stadium, looking to bounce back after a 6-10 season a year ago. This will be one of those fun games, but Cowboys defense is bad. They've gotten a few new pieces on that side of the football. I think they'll be a little better on that side. Not enough to beat Kansas City, though. 38-28. Chiefs get it done. They race out to a 10-1 start. Now, Kansas City has a Week 12 bye, so we jump to Week 13 where the Denver Broncos come to Arrowhead Stadium. Now, if they get Aaron Rodgers, that changes things. But as long as Drew Lock is the quarterback, they're going to have to rely on defense, and I think they'll do a good job defensively. It could be nasty weather in December there at Arrowhead. 24-13, more of an ugly game here in December. I'll take the Chiefs in more of a defensive matchup. This defense has really done a good job when Drew Lock has played for the Broncos, and if that's the case again this year, I think Spags and the boys will definitely be up to the challenge. So 11-1, wow. Off to a fast start here. 5 games to go, though. Some tough matchups left here. Week 14 against the Raiders, this one at home. If they win on the road, I think they'll take care of business this year at home. I think this is one of those high-scoring type of games early, and a late touchdown seals it. 41-27, Chiefs put it on the Raiders' defense and improve to 12-1 and start to really separate from the rest of the pack in the AFC West, as they have in most years in recent memory. Now, Chiefs Kingdom and Raider Nation don't exactly like each other, so describe Raider fans in one word for me. I'll leave it up to you guys in the comments. Excited to see what you guys come with on this one. Go ahead and describe Raider fans in one word. Week 15, a sneaky, tricky game against the Los Angeles Chargers. Quick turnaround on Thursday Night Football. Typically, road teams on Thursday Night Football don't fare that well. I think the Chargers will be improved. I think this is one of your few losses for Kansas City. 35-31. I think Justin Herbert showed last year in both games against Kansas City he's capable of going blow for blow with Patrick Mahomes, at least for a while. Now, I'm not saying he's as good as Mahomes. I'm not saying the Chargers are as good with the Chiefs, but they're certainly capable of splitting with Kansas City. I'll take the L on this one, 12-2 through 15 weeks for Kansas City. But as they always do, I expect the Chiefs to bounce back after a loss. Pittsburgh coming to town. We'll see how Big Ben plays this year the day after Christmas. I like their defense. Just not convinced Big Ben and that offense can score enough points. Give me the Chiefs 27-20, slightly lower scoring than most Chiefs games, but I think that this will be one of those matchups where field positioning and turnovers will really determine the outcome. A fun matchup in Week 17. I don't think Cincinnati's quite ready to contend this year, but Joe Burrow should be back and healthy. They drafted Jamar Chase. They have some fun pieces on that offense. Problem is their defense isn't very good. I think they'll score points, 34-27. I think the Chiefs get this done to improve to 14-2, which is what they went last year. I think by this point they've locked up the AFC West, so they get that done over Cincinnati, which means in Week 18, time to let the backups play against the Denver Broncos on the road, and which means pretty good chance they'll lose in Week 18 if they're sitting their starters. Broncos win it 27-21, and the Chiefs go 14-3 in a 17-game season. Maybe I'm being, super biased. I don't really think I am. The Chiefs have owned the AFC West in recent years. I think 13-14 wins is very possible if everyone stays healthy. Now, Vegas has the over-under set at 12.5, so not far off of where I am sitting. I clearly am typing O for the over. If you think it's going to be less than 12.5 wins, go ahead and type U for under. Get your votes in. O for over 12.5 wins, U for under 12.5 wins, and we'll see you next time.